I've had enough of everything going wrong. I seriously have. I did an hour and a half of recording yesterday. You know what happened? The header of the WMV file went corrupt. There, I covered 2 whole dungeons, the fetch quest up to where I could take it, and a whole other load of shit. So I'm going to have to do all that again. I'm going to do this faster, more efficiently, better, harder, better, faster, stronger. And you're going to be with me every step of the mother way. Hit it, bitch. Greetings. First thing I'm going to do is go back to town and get some bombs. Now, I hope that the fact that I've done this already yesterday isn't going to make me not very talkative, because I would like to stay talkative and give you something entertaining. So we have our bombs. So, we need to see Richard about getting into a certain 3rd dungeon. Now, he has the key we need. But in order to get the key from him, we have to get 5 golden leaves back that were left in his castle when he was run out of it. Salutations! You wouldn't know by the look of it, but I used to live in the castle. My servants went berserk, and I was forced to flee to my villa. So, you want the key to a cuckoo prairie, do you? I may be able to help you. Let's make a deal, shall we? I want you to retrieve the golden leaf I left behind in the castle when I fled. I am impressed. There are 5 leaves in all. Remember to buy a shovel on your way back. Which is the clue that we're going to need the shovel to dig up the key. Now, do you remember a while ago we traded some dog food for a bunch of bananas? Well, now our bananas come in useful because we need a certain monkey to build us a bridge. To the right, then up should be our monkey friend. No, to the right twice more. And there I was pretending to know the world map. Also, I played this yesterday, so getting it wrong is no excuse. Bananas! Bananas! Woo! Woo! Gift to Kiki? Bananas! Bananas! Woo! Woo! Kiki! Monkeys! Come! Repay him! Kiki! Now he's going to make the worst pun in the history of the world. The worst joke. Monkey business done! Bye-bye! Woo! Kiki! Monkey business. Ugh. I need to find out who the translator was for this game so I can give them a right royal slap round the face. You found a stick a monkey left behind. You take it. So much like the castle in Link to the Past, there is a grass patch around here that allows us into the grounds. We're going to need the feather. For all 2D sections, you can pretty much be sure you're going to require the feather. Now, what other items are we going to need while we're here? We're going to need to throw a rock at a crow, so we're going to need a power bracelet. Now here is a crow or a raven or whatever it's meant to be, standing in a tree, and in order to call it down we're going to have to hit it with a rock. Once we call it down, we defeat it, and there's our first golden leaf. 1 of 5. Already, pretty good. Feels good to be on top today. It's good night to this night. Then we move to the right, and there's the door. I know that this guy is carrying a leaf. Now, he's very annoying. Oh, today not so bad. That's 2 of 5 golden leaves. 5 golden leaves. Now, if I'm right, there are 3 in the castle. I've forgotten, and it was only yesterday I played it. Wow. I must be the most forgetful person ever. Golden leaf. I'm seeing drops in the frame rate again, which isn't making me very happy. Now this switch has opened the gate outside, so now we can get in and out the castle easily. Now these actually hold knights in them, which is funny. One of which holds a golden leaf, and one of which who does not. And the last golden leaf is extremely easy if you know the pattern, if you know the trick to taking out the enemy. Now to open this door, we simply need to throw a pod at it. There we go. Door open. This guy's way too easy. All you got to know is the pattern and then everything else. Easy peasy. And that's our 5th golden leaf. We've already done what Richard asked us to do. And that's smashing, because it's about time we get out of this castle. It's making me feel sick. And with the castle gates open, we can easily leave. Follow the road back to Richard's villa. Oh no. You motherfucker! Yeah, you want some too? You want some too, bitch? Yeah! I'm fine, I'm not going mad talking to video game enemies. No, not me. We've done as Richard asked, and now he's going to tell us where our key is. Ah, très bien. I see you have recovered all of the leaves. Now move this box and you will find your reward. Well, move the box. And down we go. So far our reward is some bones and 2 weird circular enemies. I don't think I've forgotten anything else, like anything drastic or important. Yeah, I'm showing you the quick way around this maze. Now we get our shovel out and we dig for our key. Oh, I'm wrong again. It's not the angler key, it's the slime key. The angler key is the key for the next dungeon. Wow, this episode can be dubbed the forgotten where everything is and what I'm supposed to be fucking doing episode. Also with 200% more swears, which is like the one thing you're supposed to not do on Blip TV. Swearing is bad. Your advertisers don't like it. It's annoying that we have to go back through this cave again. I understand backtracking when it's used for effect, but I don't think it's used for effect here. I think it's used to just add a little bit of lengthening to game time. So up here is the key slot we need to put our slime key into, but we can't actually get into the dungeon from here. We have to take an alternate path. Which is okay, because that path is very easy to find. Level 3, Key Cavern. It's called the Key Cavern because you get a lot of keys in it. To the right is a room with one of those enemies that pushes you backwards. So we can't get the key in that chest until we get the Pegasus boots. So to get out of this room we need to throw a pot at the door. I hate the bombs, they are one of my least favourite enemies in the game, because once you hit them they spin around like crazy. Now this chest is an absolute trick. Inside it is an enemy. Very annoying. Now we can't get the item in this room until we push the switch. 2 Stalfosses to defeat. The correct door is this one. I'm just gonna save wasting time. I'm gonna try and speedrun this dungeon. I know the fast way around. If a wall makes that noise, it's bombable. See, I'm not lying to you. Boom. Can't actually do anything in this room yet. Right, these guys are extremely annoying to kill. Ah. No. No, I can't do it. I can't kill them. I've wasted too many bombs. Oh, so frustrating. I'm so low on health today. Ah. Some bombs I can collect. Now I'm in a bit better stead to fight those creatures that you have to put bombs in their mouths. I think they're supposed to be the Dodongos, but they look nothing like Dodongos. Come on. You have to sort of stand on them to get them to even take a bomb in their mouths. Very. Okay. Oh, come on! It's right over his mouth. Oh, come on! That's bullshit. 1, 2, 3. That's the quick way to do it. Okay. This is where we get our powerful dungeon-specific item. The marvelous Pegasus boots. With the sword in our possession, we are able to run and smash. With the feather, instead of the sword, we can perform a long jump. And that, my friends, is how you get the Nightmare Key. We're almost there. We now need to collect 3 more keys in this dungeon. In order to... Is there 3 more? 2 more keys in this dungeon in order to get to the boss itself. Now, I give up trying to fight these properly. I don't understand how in the hell you're supposed to not get blown up by them. Oh, and I do it right today. After I say I don't know how to do it. Okay? I'm not going to argue with good luck. Bumble wall once again. But we don't need the compass, not really. Besides, it has a new feature. And that's how we do. Meaning there's 1 more key to collect. And, of course, I told you where that was when we entered the dungeon. That's in the room to the right of where we start. So... all we have to do is go there. Ah yes, almost forgot. I need the Pegasus boots here. We got our 4th key. So now we've got the 4 keys we need to be able to face the boss of the dungeon. Well, the 4 keys we need to get round the maze, and then the 1 key we need to actually get through the boss door. Let's pray my computer decides not to be a massive bell end before we get there. I'm really not impressed with my computer today. When you weigh up the specs of this ungrateful codger, you realise just why it freezing makes no sense whatsoever. I haven't yet used my medicine from Crazy Tracy, and this boss is relatively easy, so everything should be fine in theory. If I can only get the keys right. There we go. Okay. Nina, Nina, you can't find me. Nya, nya. Yes, I can. You're hanging to the ceiling. Now, you seem awfully weak. You better split up with each other. Jump! Oh, is he already dead? And him? Oh! Did I happen to say that boss is relatively easy? I wasn't lying. So here we are with the... what is it? The something bell? The... oh, I can't remember. I'm sure the game will refresh my memory. You've got the Sea Lily's bell! Now that is professional. Now before the next dungeon we've actually got a bit of overworld time. It's good to be out in the overworld a lot more. But before I tell you about that, Mr. Owl's going to come in and give us a few hints on where we need to go next. So, prepare the Scottish voice once more. Hit! How many instruments have you gotten so far? When you play the instruments in front of the egg, the windfish will wake, and you will leave this island. Now go! You must hasten to the Yarner Desert. The dark monstrous inhabitants of the sand will show you the way. Hoot hoot! Now we have the Pegasus boots, which will allow us to get the ocarina, which is the first thing we need of many things to get into the desert. We need the ocarina, we need honey. And where are we going to get honey? Well, we picked up a stick not so long ago from a bridge that some monkeys built for us so we could get into a castle. Do you remember that? Sure you do. It was this episode. So, what we're going to do now is trade that stick for something else. Well, we're not going to actually trade it for something else. What we're going to do is we're going to use it, or give it to someone else, so that they can get the honey down for us. So we're going to bump into our good old friend from Mabe Village, Mr. Tarin, and he is going to help us get this honeycomb. Greetings, Tarin. Oh, Link, I see you have a nice stick. Can I borrow it for a second? Now, we've known each other for a long time, Tarin, and I think I'm ready. You can have my stick, Tarin. You can have my stick, and you can do whatever you want with it, because we're brothers! And this is when he realizes it wasn't such a good idea. And Link, being the nasty person he is, takes the honey for himself. Stick became the honeycomb. You're not sure how it happened, but take it. So now we have honey. And honey is what a particular bear in a particular village needs for a particular dish. And it just so happens that we're going to that village now. We'll go to the village now, but we won't carry on the fetch quest yet, because I'm pretty sure there's something else we need to do first. This game runs at 60 frames per second, not 41. Thank you. Note to self. Never buy an E-Machines PC. Every time you brush up against an object, you get a fucking message about that fucking object. I just fucking broke one! Why do I need a hint? It's like Twilight Princess. Every time you pick up a coloured rupee when you load up a save file, it goes, da 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 da, it's a green rupee, it's worth 1 rupee. Whoa, I know it's worth 1 fucking rupee. It's because they can't be asked to have a save file that's 2 blocks in size. Right. This is the animal village, and a bunch of animals live here. Now, we'll go around the village in a minute and meet the inhabitants, but first we'll do what I came here to do, and that's to open up our second warp hole. Although I don't like calling them warp holes after I played a certain hack of this game that was rather crude and disgusting. So, we just took a warp point back to Maiden Village, and inside this village is something we can now do. This house here is called the Dream Shrine, and in it is a magical bed that when someone sleeps in the bed, it takes them to a dream world. I'm not making this up. So what we need is for Link to have pleasant dreams and a silent night, and he'd better believe in miracles. Now these enemies can be killed via other means, arrows, bombs, but the easiest way to kill them is with the Pegasus boots. Now you can come here earlier, manage to get round these enemies, but you won't be able to get the Ocarina until now, because the Ocarina is hidden behind a Pegasus boots crystal. I'm just going to call them Pegasus crystals from now on, it's easier. So we've got the Ocarina, and currently Link is unable to play it. The other precious prize in this dream world is a hefty 100 rupees, and well, that can't be a dream because it's already there in my bank account. Now that we have the Ocarina, there is a certain song Marin can teach us to play, and that song is the Ballad of the Windfish. Why, hello there, Marin. Hey, that's a nice ocarina you have there. Will you accompany me as I sing? So, we have the Ballad of the Windfish stored in our ocarina, where you can play it at any time. It's the song we need to be able to beat the game. So, how do you like it? It's really touching, isn't it? Does it stick in your mind? Now, I've always wondered what happens if you say no here. You probably have to learn it again. You've learned the Ballad of the Windfish. This song will always remain in your heart. Please remember this song. You should play it every once in a while to keep it fresh in your mind. Okay, Marin, will do. Just 'cause I love you. Well, we'll be back for Marin soon, because we're going to need her to get into the Yana Desert. In fact, what we need to get into the Yana Desert is an ocarina, honeycomb, a girl. Straightforward enough. Greetings, Mr. Bear. I believe you have a pineapple there. That pineapple looks rather tasty. What can I do to get that pineapple off? Yes. You exchanged Honeycomb for pineapple. It's not as sweet, but it is delicious. But when we get to the main square where the flying rooster is buried, we will discover a sinister and shocking secret. Marin is nowhere to be seen. Speak up, little boy, before I smite you. What have you done with my darling Marin? Wow, that rhymes. Marin? She likes to go stare at the ocean all by herself. Why? Hey, I'm just a kid. Don't ask me. Fair dues. So we're going to go down to the beach and pay beautiful Marin a visit. On the way I will open up a cave, which we can't do anything in now, but will eventually be the place where we get our boomerang. So, we'll just uncover it now. So yeah, nothing in here now, but when we get the magnifying lens, which allows us to see invisible objects, there will be a guy in here who will trade us our shovel for a boomerang. And believe me, you won't want the shovel back once you've got the boomerang. Come on, be rupees. Oh, very nice. Oh, Link, I'm glad you found this place. Will you stay and talk to me for a while? Yes, 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 yes! I will, Marin. I wonder where these coconut trees come from. Taran says there is nothing beyond the sea, but I believe there must be something over there. When I discovered you, Link, my heart skipped a beat. I thought, this person has come to give us a message. If I was a seagull, I would fly as far as I could. I would fly to faraway places and sing for many people. If I wish to the windfish, I wonder if my dream will come true. Hey, are you listening? Link, are you listening to me? Yeah. I want to know everything about you. Huh? The walrus wants me to go to him? It doesn't matter. I will go with you to him. Wow, she can't be all that heavy. Also, is Link looking up her skirt? Oh dear God, in a Nintendo game! Oh! Oh! No, that's sick! Turn it off! You got Marin! Is this your big chance? You got Marin, Marin, wahey! And luckily for us, she can travel through warp holes as well. So we don't have to go the long way round back to Animal Village if we don't want to. But of course, we could take Marin anywhere now in the game that we wanted to. Now we're going to go in that warp hole so we can get back to the Animal Village. And there, we can get into the Yana Desert. So that's what we're going to do. I just love how she flies up with him. Now, all the rabbits in this village, once you have Marin with you, just say, "Ah, it's her, little Marin." Every single one says that. Oh, you're freezing again. And every time you do, you go down to an even lower frame rate. Yes, it's that lazy walrus. Shall we give him a little surprise? Ha 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 ha! Wow, he certainly woke with a start. Huh? Oh, he's calling me. It's the same as always, haha! Link, I'm going to the animal village. Please drop by, okay? I will take my leave of you now, Marin. Oh, gracious, wonderful woman. And I shall go forth to the Honor Desert, and I shall obtain the angler key required to reach the next dungeon. Because I am busy saving the world. You can sing to all the animals you like. I have a world to save. Annoyance! You are only getting in the way! Oh, that's very nice of him. Now, there's a technique to being able to hit him, and that's if you do the spinning attack. You can hit him while he's in the air. Wow, that was easy. The key drops in his head. You've got the angler key. Now, if you let the key fall down in that sand pit, then you have to follow it. Oh! It's our owl friend! Hit! The shape of the key shows a fish swimming up a cascade of water. Go now to the mountain waterfall. A leap from the top and you will reach your goal. Right. So we need to go back up, you know, where Crazy Tracy was and all that stuff. We're going to need to go up there, take a right, and we will get to the waterfall, where we will need to place a key in a special lock, and then we will need to go up the mountains. So, up here, lift the rock. Do you know where you are yet? Lift. It's just like Metroid. Once you get an ability, you have to use it for like all the time from then on. Now around here is a warp hole that we can... Why am I trying to lift the enemies? Come on, Matt. Are you really that tired? There is a cave there that we can't get into until we complete the dungeon. Here is the lock that we need to place the angler key into in order to proceed into the dungeon. Open! Oh, you better not be misbehaving. I have had enough of this. Okay, here's the warp hole we just opened. By looking at it, now we can travel between 3 locations very quickly. Which is good for us, because we might need this warp soon. Now, to get to the dungeon, we need to take a hike up to the mountains. So, we're just going to lift this rock. And then we're going to lift this rock. We're going to need our feather in here. The annoying thing about collecting a power-up is that you get this irritating music while you've got one. Push to the right, push down. We're going to need to give that certain pineapple that we got from trading that honey to that bear to a certain guy who's trapped up a certain mountain, and that just so happens to be this mountain. Now the poor fella who's gone and got himself stuck is none other than the father of the child that we gave the Yoshi doll to. It's a small world. Oh, come on, giving me the message every time. So yes, his name is Papal and he is stuck. And we're going to have to help him because we're the nice guy who does all this good shit for everybody else and doesn't expect a reward. You've collected another power-up. Listen to this catchy power-up music. Yep, Papal got lost, just like he said. And the thing is, he does actually say this. When you see him at the start of the game, you know, when you're giving the Yoshi doll to the other parent, the mother, if you talk to him, he says, "Come find me, I'll be lost in the mountains later." But that's the thing. He says he's going to get lost, and then he gets lost. If you know you're going to get lost in the mountains, then don't go there. I mean, what part of that is too hard for him to understand? So yeah, I'm famished and I can't move. Can you give me some victuals? Now, you know, do you remember what I said about this game making me say trifle in my speech for years and years and years? But this game actually made me use the phrase trifle in my everyday speech for about 6 years. Well, this game also made me say famished and victuals in my dialogue for a very, very, very long time before I realised those were boring, shitty, old-fashioned words too. So, do we have pineapple for him to eat? Yes, we do. And we're going to give him pineapple in return for a flower, a hibiscus flower. This pineapple is so delicious, I'm going to eat the pineapple right now. Bon appetit! Now you see here, the ground is all dry. This is because a certain somebody, and I'm not gonna say anybody's name or anything, a certain Link put a certain key in a certain hole and dropped the water level, which means we're right above the dungeon entrance. Woo! Let's go in and have some fun. Dungeon 4, Angler's Tunnel. Now this dungeon's a pleasant little one, it isn't too complicated. The boss of the dungeon is an absolute walkover, which is good for me because I'm starting to get bored of this game. Wow. We've got the compass. Do you know what's great about this compass? It has a new feature. Did you know that? A brand new feature that none of the other compasses have. Oh, no you don't. You lagging son of a bitch. And before we can leave, we still have to kill all the water spiders. Now we still need another key. So we're going to have to get our asses back the way we came and search for one. We're going to need to go to the right now. And to the right once more, there was a chest. I wonder what it contains. I would hazard a guess that it's the dungeon map. I'm wrong, it's the stone beak. Wow, my memory really is that bad. We just take the path up here and see what happens. It's probably a dead end. No, aha! Here is our dungeon map, which will allow us to see all the rooms in the dungeon. I think is this the first dungeon I've played so far where I've actually picked up the dungeon map, stone beak and compass. I've picked up the whole dungeon caboodle. It could well be. That's bad. Any rightful Zelda player would waste all their time making sure that they got those items. Okay. That's a key, which we no doubt need. Yeah. Another bombable brick. But I don't have any bombs. So maybe I can just jump around it. No, I think I tried this on the 3DS. You can't actually jump around it. Yeah. It's not exactly considered the right thing to do, though. There ain't no way I'm going and grabbing more bombs. It's sort of like Monkey Hero Syndrome. You get to a certain room where you need to use firecrackers and you don't have any left. So you're sort of standing there thinking, how can I glitch my way past this room? Monkey Hero's good if you're a fan of Zelda, so you should get onto it. It's like a Zelda game without the Nintendo polish. And we open our key door to discover another room with something we can't get yet. But now we're on the other side of the running jump. Jump over. And we have the other key we need! Wow! What a relief! I was worried for a second that I didn't. Me not have the key I need? Preposterous. I'm always well prepared. Now when we kill the two enemies in this room, a key drops into water. And we can't grab it yet. Because the place it's dropped, we can't get into without drowning. We can't grab that until we get the flippers. So right now it's off limits. One place we can go is down here, on this path that's clearly labelled for Link the hero only. Oh, thank God the jingle stopped. Well, by the time I finish this game, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be sick of it. And at that time, I won't even need to lie about this game and how much I love it. So I'll be so sick of it, I won't ever want to play it again. Got ourselves another key. Now this key we need to be able to face the sub-boss of the dungeon. And after the sub-boss we will get our glorious flippers. So back we go now. Move out of the f***ing way. Thank you, weird spinning flower pots. Now to defeat this sub-boss we are going to need our Pegasus boots and sword. As long as we're constantly running, we will catch up with him. Occasionally he likes to change direction. Oh, you better not be freezing on me. You had better not be freezing on me. You know, technology hates me. Now this boss takes something ludicrous like 8 hits. It's boring as hell. Running around this rectangle gets very boring very quickly. Grates on you completely. Thank God he's gone! And give me a fairy, you bastard. So, after this room we will get our marvellous flippers. And that means we can finally swim underwater and discover all the beautiful hidden secrets of Hyrule. Or, well, this isn't Hyrule. Whatever magical land this is. Curlin Island. Yeah. All inside Link's imagination anyway. You've got the flippers! If you press the B button while you swim, you can dive underwater. Hint, hint. So what do we have left? There's a key that fell into a hole that we can now get. There is something else we can do. But I'm going to have to try and remember what that is. Okay. You remember a key fell down a hole slightly earlier. Well, where it went was down here. And now, with the flippers, we can swim down to grab it. Some more rupees. It goes a long way, you know. Now, there was a room with panels slightly earlier in the dungeon. Do you remember the pattern? I do. Although they change it every time. The game randomizes it, so you can't exactly sort of remember it once and it's the same all the time. They do change it, so... I'll do it the proper way. And the chest we need with the Nightmare Key means that we are now well on our way to fighting the boss of this dungeon and defeating the boss of this dungeon. In fact, you could say we're there already. Break the key block, go down the stairs, fight the fish from the Mario franchise. This is starting to take the piss, guys. And then the nightmare of this dungeon. The despicably easy boss. Yes, my friends. Do you want to see the easiest boss in Link's Awakening? Oh. You call yourself a nightmare? I have dreamt of apples scarier than you. Human zombie apples eating flesh in a factory full of capsules. I'm not making that up. That was an actual nightmare I had, and it was scarier than you. It's kind of like something out of Gregory Horror Show. Hell, you weren't even scary. Now, I could harp on all day. Oh, the old ones are the best. And speaking of the old ones, we have another instrument of the siren to take home with us. Now, on your marks, you've got the surf harp. And unfortunately, unlike the name suggests, you can't use it to teach your Pikachu surf. Sorry if you wanted to use the link cable to transfer the harp to Pokemon where it turns into a hidden machine. You know, this joke isn't working, I should just shut up and press A. Now, Bay. It's like they're asking me to fill in the word there. Michael Bay. Bay Watch. Beyblade. Bay! Your road goes into the bay. Yes, our next dungeon is the Catfish's Maw, and I will be leaving you shortly for the world of adult delights known as the internet. So until then, we will leave this episode after having learned a certain song that will fill our hearts with fishy goodness. Yes, my friends, we shall meet Manbo the Fish. And Manbo the Fish will teach us a certain song for our ocarina. Take it away, Manbo. I am Manbo, child of the sunfish. Oh, so there's a windfish and a sunfish? So is there a nightfish? A dogfish? Catfish? Well, there's obviously a catfish, because we visit the Catfish's Maw, which is the next dungeon. So there's a catfish, a dogfish, a windfish, a nightfish, a sunfish. Is there any fishes there aren't? Would you like to go into detail, Manbo? Look, I'm wasting time. Stupid, pointless banter. I'm sorry, Manbo. Go right ahead. Have you got an ocarina? Yes. I have an ocarina, and I do the ocarina occasionally. Ahaha! Then I can teach you my song, Blue. Why do all the fish say blue? It's like Banjo-Kazooie, where you meet fish and they just go bloop 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 bloop. Oh! You learned a song! You've learned Mambo's Mambo. When you get out of the water, play it. Yes, this song is the only song in the game that works as a warp. And where it warps us is somewhere very, very useful if we're interested in getting a certain woman's lovin'. When you play Mambo's Mambo, you are transported to motherfucking Crazy Tracy's. One of the most useful warps in the game, and it's good to have. Next time, we will visit the catfishes more. I'm sure we'll finish a certain item trading tree, and you will see a most overpowered and ridiculous boomerang that makes the boomerang from A Link to the Past look like a child's toy. So, until next time, if we live that long. Do 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 do. Fuck you.